Yeah, man, it's 17th of August, 2024, and this will just be a quick update about the broadcast torture. I deal with some real stupid stuff sometimes, especially, we've talked about this so many times, how they like to get together on the weekends, and it's Saturday night, so they're getting together, and I got several of them that are just begging for my attention. I'm doing schoolwork on here, and I'm reading some news stuff and just chilling by myself, doing my thing, my private stuff, not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything that interesting, but they need some kind of uh, narrative. They need some activity. They need some attention. They need my attention. The last about 2 or 3 nights, and the normal stuff still is going on, but one particular gang stalker, he likes to put stuff in my eyes like broadcast. So I like constantly feel like you'll feel, first of all, you'll feel like the little static kind of moving around, and you can feel it anywhere you have hairs like eyebrows or eyelashes. You could feel it very, very easily. But then they'll like blob some broadcast type of stuff like in the corner of my eye, and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. If you were to look, you couldn't see anything, and if you try to feel, there's nothing there, but you can't wipe it off. And the only way I can get it off, there's two things I can do. I can get up, go to the bathroom, and wash my face with water, which I do sometimes. And when they used to do this all the time, and I swear it's like one gang stalker that likes to do this kind of thing, and I think they brought him back on the last few days. But when they used to do that all the time, I've made so many videos about it where I would have to carry around like a wet rag or something and constantly just wipe broadcast out of my eyes. And every 5 minutes they'd have broadcast in my eyes. Another thing that works. It does work, and it's very annoying, and you have to be careful with your eyes. But I've got this little flashlight, and you can see it's well used, but it's chargeable, and I can turn it on and just close my eye and just kind of do like that, and it gets rid of the broadcast. It interferes with the broadcast. So the broadcast is like a waves in a form of light, and if you beam it with a super bright light, then it interferes with that. And that's another thing I do, like on my knee or on my foot, where they're always putting broadcast, and it like hurts real bad. If they're hurting me, then I'll resort to this every time. And even right now, like I can feel broadcast moving around right here, and they think it's funny. And for them, like they'll take a copy of this video and run it through whatever little editing that they do to expose broadcast, and then they'll show it on their little stream where it's and that's going to be way better than like some view from a broadcast or some view off of a reflection. This is going to be like the actual video, and they'll show that and be like, oh, look, I'm on his eye. like that's the coolest thing in the world, to have your stupid little character, your little hologram broadcast hanging off my eyelash or something. And to them, that's cool. And like, it's literally, I'm always like amazed by how dumb they are and how easily amused they are. And right now I can feel it like saturating into my neck, And they want to try to hurt you any chance they get, or better yet, if they can just bother you, then it's like a big win for them. I don't know why. I don't know why they're so dumb. When they get on mind control together and they get on broadcast, meaning they're controlling the little broadcast holograms, and they're connected with each other, and they start doing dumb voice settings, and this is like so entertaining for them. To me, it just seemed like something dumb to be involved with. Maybe it would be like something fun to try or like do every now and then or something. But like, what would be the point of wanting to sit there and do that all day, every day, and have no progress or success in your life? I'm sure they don't make very much money doing anything. I'm sure they don't live very high standards of life, and I'm sure they're not very productive for society. They most likely get some kind of free check from like, who knows, whether it's disability or some kind of government assistance or something like that, and just able to just sit there and live at the minimum and get on mind control, as long as they have internet and a mind control headset, and they can just get on broadcast, and this is the highlight of their life, is to put a broadcast on the corner of your eye. Like, it's so great. Like, it's like extra points and highly exciting for them to be able to bother you. Now, what is the? It gets pretty hard to try to comprehend their mentality, and I think on one hand it's because you're not going to understand somebody who is completely different in the way they think than you. Just like an extreme political left person is not going to understand an extreme political right person. It's like a evil person. Okay, if you're trying to understand them and you're not evil, then it's not going to make logical sense to you. Okay, you don't have the same goals and you're not amused by the same things and you don't care about the same things. So I guess that's it. I don't know, man. I'm astounded by how dumb they are. And you'll never understand their evil. And then another thing is just because they're not that smart, they're not that intelligent, and you can tell this because they sit there on this neural monitoring, doing little mind control fun and games all day, every day with each other and you and targeting people, and this is what's entertaining to them. And if you can imagine like being back in like elementary school and like some ogre looking bully, that wants to pick on everybody, but he can't get a 30 on the math test. This is who you're dealing with. And you don't have to be smart. You don't have to be a computer programmer or or anything like that. No, engineer, a computer scientist to become a gang stalker. I know this because I know some of the people that got neural monitoring and became gang stalkers, and they're not intelligent, like excelling at this or that. And they weren't even computer people. I know somebody got neural monitoring, can't hardly figure out how to change a password or something, just dumb as a box of rocks, really. And yeah, I mean, imagine like though, if all of the settings and the secret programs to run and all of this stuff is right here at choose this one or choose that one. Anybody can do it. And if you're a gang stalker and they share all this kind of stuff with each other, then yeah, just like click the button, like take over iPhone, run live stream, and it's that easy for them. They don't have to go in and type out a bunch of code and be some kind of network genius. They're not. I promise they're not. And I'm sure there is some, but it's very likely that the people who are intelligent and excel at things would not be wasting very much time doing gang stalking. It's for unintelligent people. And when unintelligent people get power, they abuse it every time. Every time. It always happens because there's no other way for them to get power. And they would always feel like a weak loser that's like at some kind of lower standard degenerate otherwise. And it makes them feel like they're powerful or like they're better than you or like because they can do whatever they want and you can't stop them. So they're winning. In their mind, they're winning. They're winning, but they're losing all their time, which is very important, right? Isn't the time the most important thing? The time and the people that you have relationships with. If it's not, then you're not old enough yet. You're not grown up yet. And when you finally end up grown up, if ever, then you will come to that realization that the time you have here and the people that you spend it with and are close to, that's what's important. And for these gang stalkers, they don't make it to the holidays. They don't make it to the gatherings. They don't associate with because they're too busy doing this dumb stuff that they do. And so anyway, just a basic little LED light. I know it sounds stupid, and I'm not trying to sell you something or just giving you a recommendation is all I'm doing, okay? And I've been having these idiots do broadcast torture stuff for years and years and years, and I've got lasers, like a green laser or like a super bright little flashlight, and you just hit the area wherever they're hurting you, and you'll see it'll just stop. It'll disrupt their broadcast, and they'll stop. Now, as soon as you turn it off, they might put it back, okay? But at the very least, you can kind of defend yourself sometimes if you absolutely have to, and it gives you the insight to know that it's working, that it works, that you can stop them. There are ways, and there's probably, I'm sure there's way better ways. Best being obviously get your neural monitoring, and just One more thing, then I'll go make this a short one. But somebody was mentioning on my comments, like, why don't you just pay like some cybersecurity expert to like get them to stop doing that? And like, I know this one person that charges like $2,000, and they'll they'll make it stop and make them stop doing stuff to you. And maybe you do. And I'm not saying that if you know that person, and that I'm not even saying it's false or they can't do it or anything. But what I am saying is that in order for them to be able to do that, they would have to get people off of your neural monitoring, which means they would have to take control of it themselves. Okay, because imagine it like a computer or like an account. Okay, and then if to keep people off of it, to stop gang stalkers from connecting to you unconsensually and setting those settings to be able to talk to you or do whatever they want to do, you would have to have control over the account. Okay, and I'm sure in some people's case, if your account is more important or more people are accessing it, or they're having successful live streams, if people are able to actually monetize these live streams and make money with advertising or clientele to like subscribers or whatever, okay, members, however it is that they're able to monetize it. If somebody's neural monitoring is very popular, then it would probably cost a lot more. And it's very likely that if somebody were able to obtain your neural monitoring, it's very likely that they would have to buy it, unless they were some kind of super hacker that could just take it from whoever had it. At which point they could turn off everybody and block everybody from doing that. But then again, somebody else has your neural monitoring. That's not the goal. The goal is for you to have your own neural monitoring and control your own settings. And maybe they're going to always try to keep us from getting it. But just understand that that is the goal, and that is possible. It's possible for you to have it just like they have it. If you got some idiot that you know that has neural monitoring and can talk to you with broadcast telepathy and attack your body, so can you have it. Okay, that doesn't mean you'd be able to do that to them, because they have theirs. They could just, no, I don't accept your request to connect. No, you can't access my settings. Like, once you have neural monitoring, you can no longer be targeted by gang stalkers. But paying someone to stop the gang stalkers is, even if it worked, okay, what I'm trying to explain here is that you're paying somebody else to have your neural monitoring. And that's not the goal. The goal is for you to have your own neural monitoring. All right, so don't forget that. All right, it's better for you to have your own neural monitoring and protect yourself. Okay, and if you have children or something like that, have their neural monitoring and just turn it off to everybody. Block it off. Act like it don't exist. And check it every day or two to just make sure that no breaches are happening. It's just like an account. You would check your account every now and then, and you wouldn't let anybody have access to your account or control your settings or make a live stream of your life. Like, obviously they owe us a lot for the things that they've done, and they're going to try to stop us. But having your neural monitoring is the only true solution. Blocking it or paying somebody to stop them or whatever else, those are all just temporary things you may or may not, most likely will not be able to accomplish. But if you could accomplish those, that doesn't mean it's a solution. It's kind of like a Band-Aid behavior. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I guess I'm going to deal with these idiots and continue on with my studies until it's time to sleep. But thank you guys for watching.